Hello, everyone. I'm going to give you my rankings 1, 2, and 3 for some mountain coasters that I have ridden in the Gatlinburg, Sevierville, Pigeon Forge area. These are the only 3 mountain coasters that I have experience with, the only 3 that I've ridden. So I'll just go ahead and tell you I could recommend all of these. Uh, they're all wonderful experiences, and I do encourage you to check them all out and decide for yourself if you agree or if you disagree with my rankings, because my rankings uh, they do differ a little bit from the Google reviews that I checked out just about an hour ago. So I'm not agreeing with the Google reviews just right down the line, but that's okay. Um, and let me say this before I get into the actual rankings, which will be brief. Um, I'm very particular about the way that I'm strapped in when I go to a theme park or an amusement park or whatever the case is, and I get on a roller coaster. I can handle the speed, I can handle the any flips, any intensity. I can handle all of that, no problem. One thing that I have difficulty with is being strapped in, having my upper body restrained. When I start to feel like I'm restrained and my movement, my getting free, so to speak, is dependent upon someone else to let me out, it kind of freaks me out a little bit. So I have a little bit of apprehension with that. So I'll just go ahead and say that with all 3 of these mountain coasters, that is not a problem. So if you are in that same boat with me, I don't know what you'd call it, a little bit of claustrophobia in a way, because I feel like I'm constrained to a tight space. But that's not an issue. It's just like sitting in a vehicle like what I am now and pulling your seatbelt across your chest. So all 3 of these, that is the way that you are strapped in. So I didn't have any issue with that. No apprehension there. So that was good. That helps me. I was able to enjoy all 3 of these rides. So we'll get right on in with it. So what we're talking about the Wild Stallion, the Ripley's Mountain Coaster, and Hellbender up at the Anakista Park. These are the 3. These are the only 3 that I've ridden. So again, if I ride more later, I may have to go back and adjust these rankings. But number 3, just getting right on into it, number 3 goes to Wild Stallion. And again, I do recommend Wild Stallion. It was the first one that I rode out of the 3, so I didn't really know what to expect. So I was on guard a little bit, admittedly, when I rode the Wild Stallion. If I had ridden one of the others first, maybe that would impact my rankings a little bit. Not exactly sure, but the Wild Stallion was a good ride. Very fun. Check it out. We do recommend it to you. So I'm just going to go right on into number 2 now. Number 2 is the Ripley's Coaster. It was after dark when we rode the Ripley's Coaster, and that made a difference. It was just a unique experience with all the lights that they had on after dark. We really enjoyed that, my wife and our daughter and son-in-law, and it was a good ride, fun ride after dark. What an experience that was. So we do definitely recommend that. Now, if I had ridden the Ripley's Coaster in the daytime, not sure where it would have come in on the rankings. The Wild Stallion might have come in at number 2 had that been the case, but that wasn't my experience. So if I go with my experience, I've got to put Ripley's at number 2. And of course, that leaves Hellbender for the number 1 spot. That's my opinion. I think Hellbender was the top of the list for these 3 mountain coasters. Why? Well, it was just so smooth. I love the way that it came out of the gate getting started, just a smooth downhill acceleration. It was really fun, and it's the only one of the 3, and maybe this made a difference also, but for me it was the only one out of the 3 that I just went full throttle. The other 2 I was kind of braking a little bit because I'd never ridden a mountain coaster before, didn't really know what to expect. And on the Wild Stallion, we kind of had to brake somewhat. At least my daughter did. I don't remember me having the experience of having slow people in front of me, but she did. But I was kind of riding the brake anyway. But on that Hellbender, that's the first one that I just went full throttle. I didn't brake any at all from start to finish, and it was really fun. So check them all out. We recommend all of 3 of these coasters to you, and I hope you all have a wonderful time just as we did. Take care. God bless.